talk about how to make a banner. And a banner is nothing more than a holding spot visually for the top of a web page. And what you guys might think of or might see, I'll just kind of show you. Let's just look at our Smoky Valley website. This is actually a CMS page. Believe it or not, this page is actually run from a template that's on a server for somebody else. And that's what we're going to build eventually for your portfolio. But can you see where the banner is? Do you guys see how this is a banner across the top? That's the banner, okay? And you're going to make one of those. Now, of course, it has a search bar in it. We're not going to do that. That's more complicated. But a banner is just a visual thing that tells us where we are and lets us, if you notice, if we move from place to place within the site, the banner is the same. Does that make sense? It adds consistency, right? So we're going to learn to make one of those. And notice that we also have a navigation bar here. And navigation bars are either on the top or they're on the left because our eyes are trained to go to the top and then look from left to right. That's the way they work. Okay, so that's what a banner looks like. There are different ways to make a banner, and the big thing that people tend to want them to do is to have text and pictures. All right, you can have text and pictures and our shapes or kind of make it pretty and cool. And if you remember that we looked at Nels's, this is blast from the past. He made this when he was a sophomore. You need to go get a drink, bud? Okay. You guys, all of you guys got the same crud you've been sharing, I think. Okay, so let's go to Nels. Here's Nels' sophomore year website index. Okay, so you see his banner, potatoes. Okay, because that's his website about. Here's what I want you to realize about that banner. There are several ways that he did that. He combined images. What do you guys know? What could you use to make a combined image into one thing? Now, I don't know. I'll have to look how he made this, but I'm just guessing right now. I think he used fireworks, but...
Can't you put them into preview and like copy and paste?
You can. You can put it into preview and copy and paste. The hardest thing is the size of this. Check this out. I'm looking at this. I think this is what I think he did. We're just looking at this because it's not, the images are not layered in any way. There's not any manipulation. I think he put these into a Word, he lined them up on a Word document, put the title on it using WordArt, and took a screenshot of it. Are you with me? I mean, I've seen kids do a lot of different things, but I'm going to show you a more complex tool that's going to give you a little more versatility. There's lots of ways to make that happen. You say, well, wouldn't it taking a screenshot reduce the visual image of what he's building? Yes. But remember, this is the web. And the web doesn't necessarily make us be incredibly friendly with pixels. It doesn't reward us for that unless we are doing some really advanced settings, and we're not doing that. Does that make sense? So you're going to build a banner. You just got to think about visually what you want it to see. So I'm going to talk to you or show you how to use Fireworks. And if you can't get to it, just hang on and watch. I'm just going to show you some of the things that it will do for you. So I'm just going to launch my stuff. I got to find my Adobe folder here. I think it's on the next page in the upper. There it is. Fireworks is going to have a little FW and it's yellow. Okay? And Fireworks is like all Adobe tools in that it provides a tool set that somewhat is similar, but not always. And mine's going to try to open. I'm going to go to File, New, so that you can see what it looks like. Oh, let's go to Cancel. We're going to go here, just so you can see. Because this is probably what you guys see, right here, right? And when you're going to start something new, you always go to Create New for you guys, and you're not going to choose a template. A template's what you would build if you were building an entire site and you were going to make pages the same. But we're just right now we're learning basics. So you're going to make a Fireworks document, a PNG. Now remember, what's a PNG? It's a type. What kind of file is that? It's in a picture. Okay. So you're going to create a PNG. I'm going to open what I have. Okay, because I made a banner last night just to kind of show you. Yeah. So, you know, my website's on about Kanye because Kanye is wonderful, at least in his own mind. He's a legend. So how do I get started? It's really pretty basic. For you guys, you're going to go to File, okay? And when you create your new, you're going to create, it's going to ask you to create, let's just do this. Let me, I should maybe start over File. Let's just go to New. I'll just start a new one. It's going to ask you to set up stuff, okay? Now, what I want you to realize is that on Fireworks, just like anything else in Adobe, the open space, the gray space, is called your canvas, okay? And you can put stuff in there, it just won't be seen, okay? What the area you want to be seen is your image. And that's what we're going to set up stuff for our canvas and our image color. So our width. Think about this. Logically, if you've got a page, what percentage of your table did you choose? Like think about your page like a page of paper, 12 inches. And you chose, how far was your table going to fill?
90%.
90%. So what's 90% of, oh gosh, of 100? What would be, out of 100, what would be 90%? 9 inches, right? So let's just do 9 inches, okay? And let's make our height 2 inches. So we're going to have a nice band. Now we might adjust this and tweak this, right? And we're going to put it on a transparent background. Why would we want it to be transparent?
Because then you can see the background.
You bet. Because then we can see the background through it. Does that make sense? Okay, so when you choose OK, you're going to get something that looks like this. And anytime you have a transparent background in Adobe, it's going to have this little checkerboard pattern. That's its symbol for that, just so you see. Now here's what's cool. Once you make that space, you've got all these toolbars. And let me give you the first real warning about Adobe. Once you make a mistake, you can't really Apple-Z your way out of it. You've got to find a way to fix it. And what you create can be done in what's called bitmap or raster or vector. And right now you guys don't understand what that means yet. But I'm just going to tell you that for most websites, people use vector stuff because it can be controlled and the size does not pixelate. But if you want to use pictures, those are raster things because when you change the size of them, they can pixelate, right? What kind of stuff can I add? You can now add pictures to this. You can add text. You could add shapes and colors. And it's pretty easy. Like let's say I want to add a shape. See my shape here under vector? I can choose a shape. Like I'll choose kind of a rectangle. And it's going to be blue. See how this got the little bucket down here? I'm going to start and fill this space. So I can make myself a little triangle. It's supposed to be blue. It looks purple. Okay. So what else can I add? I can add that. I can add layers over that. I can add white colors. I can now add images. So I have images, believe it or not. Did you guys get some pictures last night? No?
Yeah.
Yes?
I don't see something.
Well, you know, it's okay to have more than you need. There's nothing wrong with that. You just may have to choose carefully what you use. And hopefully you manipulated them a little bit. Did you have trouble figuring out how to cut things out? Or did that go okay? Hopefully it did. I think I have Kanye's head. I cut that out. I want this to Kanye's head. I had a nice picture of, there it is. So I like the way I cut that one out better. And notice how big my image is. Yeah, that's not working. So I am actually going to control the size of my image. And to do that, after I drop it, I have to go to my pointer. Look at this. That's real scary. Isn't that kind of creepy? That's creepy. So I got to grab a corner and tighten it up, and then move it down, and tighten it up, and move it down. And now there he is. There he is. There's Kanye. Okay? I've got his picture there. And I can add text to the stuff that I do. I can add a text box. And I can change my font. I don't want my font to be blue anymore. I want it to be, let's see, what do I want? Let's change my font. So, you know, there I've got my stuff. I mean, because you can add all kinds of things. I can even add effects to the things I add by making them glow and stand out. You can piddle and play all you want. But I just want you to see how you can create and add things, including if you hold, anytime you want to use something, if you hold your cursor over the tool, it'll tell you what it will do for you. And remember that if you see a little upside down triangle, that you have different tools available to you under that area. And you just have to look and see what it will do for you. When you're totally finished with whatever you create, you're going to go to File. I think, do I want to export it? Let me think. Do I want to export it? No. I want to go to File, Save As. Save As. And notice down here, when I get to the bottom, I can choose how I want it to be saved. I can choose to save it as a JPEG, as a TIFF, as a PNG. I'm going to say just save it as a JPEG. Call it banner. And then decide where you're going to put it. Okay, now I'm not going to save this because I like my other banner better. But I'm going to save that. Then you're going to insert it into that part of your table, just like you would have your other images, right? Make sense? That's one of your tools. Or you can manipulate so using something else. So what is your goal now? Well, you've got kind of some access to some tool stuff, and it's this stuff that you've never done. So we're going to pitter-potter through things, right? You know what you got to build. I have good help here. I am here to be your help person as you're building, and if you can't remember stuff, you can watch the videos that I've provided for you. But if you need help, I can help you and to build your stuff. That's the key. All of this is going to be due Tuesday at the end of the hour. So you've got time in class, right? I don't expect you to be doing this the whole time over break. Good God, no. But if you've got started what you were supposed to have started and you've got your images ready, you're well on your way. Okay? Does that make sense? Yes. So when I build a second page, should I call it index? No, right? When you build a second page, you don't call it index. You can call it like page 2 if you want to. Any caps, any spaces in that when you name it? No. Okay? What questions can I answer for you? Things like, what is your name? What day is it? Any of those questions? No? Because you guys look like you've been smote on the head. Okay. All right. Go to work. We'll see what we build. I'm going to go license those other folks, and I'm going to shut down my record.